Hello again. Just checking back in and saying this is a better day. Yesterday was hard, and just want everybody to see some days you can get up and put your makeup on and get dressed and say, you know what? Screw it. I got a life I've got to live, and you just keep pushing on and don't give up. And I went in town today and met a bunch of different people, and the world smiled at me because I was smiling. And yesterday the world noticed that I was not my normal self. So just remember that life is what you want to make it. You have to change your mindset. You have to be positive even when there's negative. And if there's continuous negative, if you keep going, what happens next? That's a very loaded question to ask the universe, is what's going to happen next, because you don't want to ask that question. You'll find that all of a sudden anything bad that could happen is going to just going to happen. It's going to tear your world up, and then you're going to sit there and go, oh, things weren't as bad. But a good way to help you remember that things will get better is to think about the things you used to want. Think about where you're at now, and you probably don't even realize you've made progress in your life. And you have to start looking at not even how you got there, but the fact that you did. And when you can start seeing that life changes for the better when you have hope, you'll start seeing it progress quicker and quicker for you. And my life is not perfect by all means, and I have a lot of growth left to do. I've got a lot of hope in my heart, and I have a lot of drive that pushes me to remind myself that I'm here for a reason. And a lot of it is to reach out and speak to all of you. And that's been the hardest part for me. I've always been very inverted, and I don't like myself on video, and I keep to myself. But I'm here for a reason. I have gifts that I'm meant to share with you to hopefully inspire you to share your gifts with the world. And you might think that just being a good listener it's not anything big, but you don't even realize the shoulder that you give somebody. You might think that being an awesome cook is not a big deal, but think of all the families that only eat fast food, or being someone who has drive that just keeps going and going, and people look at you like you're the Energizer Bunny and like, why don't you stop? Why aren't they dead yet? But you have these abilities that no one's made you feel like you're special. And I just want to remind you that without you, somebody's life wouldn't be what it is. And without you, the world would not smile like it does. So if you're stuck in your head about all the things you're not seeing happen in your life, or all the things that are going wrong, try to look up and just say thank you. Try to take somebody's smile and compliment and say, you know what? Thank you for that. I needed that. I needed that reminder that I am special, and that I am here to succeed, and I am here to help others succeed, and I'm here to be a part of something greater than myself. Because we're all meant to be a part of the grander scheme. And universe means one song. And my opinion, just my opinion, is we're all singing our own song. And when you have a bunch of people on a different beat singing different words, it's chaos and it's noise. And if we can get back to the one song, and Bob Marley says it best, one love. And if we can get back to that in our hearts and understanding what we've lost. And I'll tell you, when I lost my grandmother, that was the loss of love. And I have heard that story from a lot of people, that when they lost that grandparent, they lost that genuine love. And the new generation stepped up, our parents, or even us as parents, that we haven't necessarily stepped up. We've been busy working, making money, and it takes two people to run a household these days. And it wasn't like that before. It used to take one person to run the house and one person to pay the bills in the house. And for the fact that we're all jonesing it, we're all competing with one another. And oh, I got the new iPhone, or oh, I got the better house, or oh, I got this boat, and you never even have a chance to take it out because you're working your life away. So if we can get back to understanding that there's a bigger picture, that we need each other, get rid of the distance and the judgment and the fear and the hate, and think for ourselves and use our heart to do that, then you'll start finding that things get way better. And from there, you can only keep going up. And when you get to the top, maybe you get wings, maybe you fly. Maybe you show somebody else what they're capable of, and you just change the world. And don't give up watching and waiting. Don't give up changing inside, because that's where change comes from, on the outside. As you begin to change for the positive in your mind and in your heart and in your spirit and your soul, you'll begin to see that the world shines a little differently. It's a matter of stop looking around you and what can the world give me, or what can the doctor prescribe me, or there's just things that we have to take accountability for. And our mind is a very powerful tool. And when you let it go to waste, there's that saying, you better use it or you're going to lose it. And if you're using it for all the wrong things, then you're not going to see a lot of positive in your life. So hopefully you can start looking at life in a way that allows you to shine, that allows others to smile, that allows you to move forward and be proud of your accomplishments, and to not sit there and keep thinking, when is it my time? When do I get whatever it is you want? Because rewards don't always come monetarily. And just because you don't have a fancy house or a nice car or wear name brand clothes doesn't mean you're failing. And honestly, I've always said I might be monetarily broke, but I'm rich in spirit. And when you're rich in spirit, no one can take that from you. And don't let anybody let you feel like you're less because your bank account doesn't show that you're more. Because your spirit can't be taxed. Now, it can be challenged when you're not living up to who you truly are. And I got to the point where I'm tired of being challenged. So now I will challenge everyone else. And my challenge for you is to just simply smile. Look at the world in a positive light and see that you have more to offer, it has more to offer, and that things will always get better, because that's the flow of life. It's like a heartbeat. Up and down, up and down. And it's a dance. You can't be up if you don't go down, and you won't ever go down if you can't get up. But if you just stayed on a flat line, life would be so boring. So embrace it. Look at the challenges. Accept them. And the only person you should compete with is yourself. Make sure that you can be better than who you were yesterday, because there's nobody worth fighting to prove that you're better than. They're always going to be better at something that you're not. But when you can start challenging yourself and say, oh, I didn't do that yesterday, but today I feel great and I did. And you keep going and keep going, and you create those small little instances that become habits, that become your daily life, and you start replacing the old with the new, and just love life again. We all deserve it. And I send love to each and every one of you. And I hope that this inspires you to sit here and say, I'm not finished, because none of us are finished living. You can wait for God to come all day long. And if that doesn't happen, my great-grandmother was waiting, And my belief is somebody has an Armageddon every day. Somebody believes the end of their time has come. And it's only when you truly give up, you refuse to move forward, that you're going to start finding the end of your life. And it may not even come quickly. It could be the slowest, most painful death in your life. Your entire life could be simply you dying. Or you can choose to start living and smiling and sharing happiness, and understand that one day at a time, you dig yourself out of the muck and life will get better. And hang in there. Don't give up. I love all of you. Talk to you soon. Bye.